Hey, it's Jeannie Blaha, your angel cowgirl of Colorado. Take a walk with your angels, enjoyflames.com. I wanted to cover this awesome thing about how you can alter your frequency, shifting it up, and how that will change the people that you encounter throughout your day, every single day, and possibly your entire reality. So, what happens with all of our encounters? Well, basically, I'm sure by now you've heard about how we're vibing and what that attracts, right? Like vibes attract, unlike vibes don't. Even if you come into an unlike vibe, you're not going to be together very long unless one of you shifts up or down to meet the other. So I wanted to share a very specific example of something that has happened to me just recently regarding that. And this is especially good if you are a person who tends to walk around and feel like you're not that safe, that things are happening around you. You have to be on guard all the time. You have to be looking over your shoulder. Maybe you live in the cities or in a city, and maybe you're a woman, and you're thinking, oh, I just get so sick and tired of always having to watch, make sure everything is okay, and maybe you haven't felt safe for your whole life. I mean, there's that. It happens. So the other day I was out taking a walk, and coming towards me, just about 25 to 30 feet away probably, a gentleman was coming towards me, and I had a very distinct, that gut feeling of like, seems a little unsteady, seems like he's on something, he's kind of running but kind of wobbling and kind of just not in his body that well. So instead of going into a spin of like, where am I going to go? How do I where's my escape hatch? I said, you know what? I'm going to shift my frequency up and see what happens. So this is going to be maybe hard for you guys to believe, because for me, I had to think about it for a couple days just to remember what I had seen. And it was this. He went from one type of a guy looking with dark hair and very, very thin, what I would call not to offend any meth users, but he looked like that, and very out of his body. His energy was very just kind of in every direction. And so I shot my frequency up and just concentrated on lover above. That's all I'm going to hold here. And actually I'm going to hit joy and go into bliss and see what happens. And when he got to the 10 feet mark, he was a different man. Now, I have seen this come across my path quite a few times in my life. I've just never had such an evident example of what shifting your frequency does. What happened there? What actually happened, according to, I check in with the guides and the angels and the ascended masters. So what just happened there? How did he turn into a different man? They said, oh, no, it's the same soul. You just called in a different concurrent lifetime of his, in which he suddenly was this new person who was in a better place, that was feeling powered up, who was healthier. He ran differently, he was taller, he had blonde hair. I mean, it just completely changed. Now, if you're having a hard time thinking like that she's crazy, Jeannie's crazy. Okay, here's an example of just to bend your mind a little differently. When you were a child, were you told what a number meant, what a color meant, what an object was? Did you ever have an experience where you saw something one way and an adult said, no, that's not that, it's this, right? So you may have said, oh, look at that, that amazing tree. And somebody said, that's not a tree, that's a telephone pole, or whatever the case may be, okay? This happens a lot to children because I walk by the kids that are seeing something very vividly, and an adult is telling them that they're not seeing what they're seeing. So who are we to say that? I mean, at the end of the day. Okay, here's an example for you adults, though, is if you've ever been in an experience where you were traveling, where you might have been on the road in the country or out of the country, and you had an emergency situation crop up. And I know you have, or a lot of you have, because you've told me the stories. And you're in the middle of nowhere. And out of nowhere arrives the assistance that you need, the tow truck driver, the ambulance, the cop car. And the thing that you notice is that when you look at them, they don't seem like they know exactly what they're doing to assist you, but they get it done. Or their clothes are kind of funky or off. Or, you're thinking, kind of looks like they're dressed in like a cop uniform from 1930s. And you don't think anything of it at the time because you're caught up in that emergency situation. What do emergency situations do? They drop us into the now. This is our existence. The now is our existence. So in your now, you can attract any ascended master, any angel, any guide. That's where they are, is in that now reality, that now existence, if you want to call it that. So it's the same goes if you're trying to connect with the loved one who's passed. How do you do it best? Drop into the now. This is where they find you. They're connected to you in this now existence, and this is where they find you. Okay? So what happened with that gentleman? He decided to shift up too, and he dropped into a concurrent reality of his. The paradigm switched. There he was, running towards me. It was a completely different experience. And like I said, it was only 20 feet to 10 feet away. It wasn't like he was a mile away, and I just didn't see something. And for those of you who know me, you know I see a lot of different things. So anyway, next time you're feeling unsafe, or you're feeling like something is up here, and I just have this, shift your frequency up. Shift it up, call in help, because I've even had it where I walked, doing serving in the restaurant industry. You left at night. You were out in the darkness a lot of times. And I had experiences where your hackles kind of get up and you're like, called in my spirit animals, and I could see the shadows of those animals right next to me, and anybody coming towards me across the street, because they were panthers and cheetahs and cougars and a lot of wildcats. So anyway, that's the thing. Next time you are feeling like that or feeling uneasy or whatever, shift your frequency up. And because your encounters that you're having are going to either match your frequency or they're going to drop away. Now, what happens to most people? You drop into your fear, you drop into your anxiety, you drop into your, oh my God, something's going to happen or something could happen here. You are spiraling down. They can meet you there. So it's on us. It's on all of us that we can shift our frequency up and have a completely different reality unfold right before our eyes. This is Jeannie Blaha out of Colorado. I'd love to take a walk with you in person. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'm on the phone and email as well. All right, take care and peace.